appropriately applied, can be beneficial. What good jump, there's a wonderful chance! The bar! McAnally! Johnston! Kiev so fortunate to survive that. There's no onside, and there is Bonner, and that was an absolutely brilliant break on the counter-attack by the Russians. Superb move, look, he was dwarfed, but Johnson managed to get it through, and that was almost fun. Swept away by Gorilli, who's almost aptly named. Very tough-looking character, broad-thighed. Wouldn't like to run up against him in a dark night, or in the open for that matter. Burns. Delightful play by Burns. That's the header down. McLeod's the side net. This has roused this huge crowd. A crowd must be in the region of 55,000 watching this effort by Brian McClare. Snatched at it, and the goalkeeper, Victor Shanov, quite delighted to see that going to the side of the post. Little symptom of it there in that reckless pass forward. That'll be a free kick. McLeod, Johnson, fighting very hard, but he gets another free kick after that as he's brought down by Yakovenko. One of the less experienced players in this team. He's only got 6 international caps. I mean, it's ridiculous almost to say that, but there's so many of them with such long experience at international level. You've got to consider him a novice by comparison. Well, there's a double line-up. The initial wall and then the deeper one, and that's brilliantly put forward. Brian McClare suddenly finding himself way in the open. Here's a counter-attack. That's a superb ball, and Mother McLeod turning on it. Burns, beautiful play. Well, Tommy's been in this dual area for Celtic for so long now, coming from deep in a kind of full-back position and in midfield. Never quite sure where he's playing at times, but he likes to be on the left. Jump forward by Yakovenko. McLeod. Burns. Tackling is pretty hard. Tackle there by Zabarov, who is, there he is there, he's perhaps the most famous player at the moment, outside of Oleg Blokin, who's on the bench tonight. Well, Zabarov is noted for his skill on the park and his goal-scoring ability, but I think he has also been watching horror movies and picking up tackles like that. He's not too happy about that at all, but he's going to try and continue. Well, the play goes on as Burns moves around very gingerly. There he is, quite rightly jumping over that. He was going to get another one. Aiken. Johnston, no players much taller than he is. Nicely dabbed down Burns, who seems to have recovered all right, for the time being anyway. Ball through the middle, disturbing the side. Playing it very neatly though. That's a free kick. Yes. Bessonov brought down. Again, they want to play it short. Oh. Well, Kuznetsov, he was getting round the player. A delightful skill. Again, he's one of the big men in midfield. Kuznetsov. This is Bell. Touch back and Paul McStay. Full dab out. McStay beautifully brought down. Good attack forward there by Evtushenko. Belanov feels for the penalty, but it's a corner kick and the Russians are quite angered by that. And I think the Celtic players are angered by the linesman. They thought he might have been offside, but certainly a challenge by the Celtic goalkeeper. As he went round the side, it was Belanov, and the referee considers it's a corner. Oh, goes free, it's in. A goal by Evtushenko. 17 minutes gone in the Celtic defence. Really stood and watched that coming right past him. Why, oh why, did he suddenly freeze? Certainly everybody appeared to be covered. But watch that. Look, 3 defenders, 1 goalkeeper, and Evtushenko contrives to come round this final for Aberdeen and then went to Hamburg. Kept it until he saw a man in space. Not forward by Gorili, who's playing right in the centre of defence. That's very short. Oh, beautifully put through. Demyanenko. Great recovery by Roy Aitken. But the Russian captain was almost through. A great move. Look at this. Delightfully pushed through by Belanov. And that is a threat that continues in the game from Demyanenko. He's got to make big runs forward like that. And there goes the halftime whistle. Well, I'm not sure come out and try to inspire that very faithful and loyal crowd. Well, Dynamo Kiev, about to start the second half, came here with a fearsome reputation and a squad including 14 full internationalists. And of the 11 who started, 10 have played for the Soviet Union. And no wonder that Celtic might have a certain amount of trepidation about this game. And yet, although Kiev have created some very mazy and intelligent patterns going forward, the one-touch stuff near goal in particular is marvellous to watch. I thought the defence could be pressurised. Celtic did create 1 or 2 gaps in it for themselves. They've really got to keep that up. They do not like high penetration into the penalty area. That's the sort of thing that's bothered them. Oh, there's a wide open gap here. Look at this. Brat's coming in. Much too hasty. And I think in actual fact he was saying, well, why wouldn't you up for a cross? Rats, who scored that magnificent goal in the World Cup, if you may recall, against France, 30-yarder. There he is again. Dab forward, and again it was Demyanenko, hungry to come forward into that penalty area. Aiken, McGee. Might have been a touch on that, yes, corner kick. Well, a fully fit and highly mobile Mark McGee would be a great benefit to Celtic in his game. He's great at backing into people and then suddenly twisting round. He's done it against Celtic for Aberdeen so often. And Shepherd with it. White. Oh, down almost a touch. Brian McClare, who almost got the touch, slightly hurt himself. Johnston, a lovely touch round by Johnston. It's almost there. Brilliant play by Johnston. That's why Johnson's so highly rated. I mean, it looked as if there was no danger to that defence, and yet, with that bouncing ball, managed to stretch out and curl it over his head. That would have brought the house down. McInally, brilliant play by Celtic. McClare. Now, fatal to turn back against this team. McInally fights hard for it. Johnson. Showing how sharp he is, but going the wrong way. No, too obvious. Corner given, yes. The pass back was much too hard. And a very sodden pitch at Celtic Park assisted that one, all right. So, how Celtic badly need a goal now at this stage. Goalkeeper hesitated. Now the break. Oh, look at that superbly struck pass. Belanov. Belanov, and a brilliantly saved. And again he tries it. Oh, and away by White. And the big Irish internationalist goalkeeper saved Celtic there from the man who scored that hat-trick against Belgium in that famous 4-3 game, Belanov. There he was, foiled by the Irishman, and then he tried to flick it back again for somebody else. That would have killed it well and truly. Russians do not want to tackle. Not when Celtic have the ball. That wasn't a tackle, that was kung fu. And it's onside. And it goes to Bonner. And the Celtic players are incensed about that tackle on Warren Johnson. Demyanenko. Oh, good tackle by Aiken. McInally, good turn. The game flaring up again. Oh, a bit fortunate. Shepherd. McLeod. Johnston. It's Albany square. McInally going wide. Cut off there by Kuznetsov. They tried to play Cooley again, and that was late. Yakovenko getting the heel of Paul McStay, although in truth not nearly as bad as that previous tackle. Now that is really that shocking inconsistency. We saw a tackle a few seconds earlier that should have had a man removed from the field. There he is there. And now Celtic are finding they've got a battle on their hands now. It's becoming very physical for them. Referee telling them to get right back, and now stay. Foot round there. Aiken. Referee waving play on. It looked like a foul to me by McInally. However, Shepherd in the break. And down McClare. Well, he almost benefited from that run by Shepherd. Watch the defenders, four converging on him. The little dab in there, and Brian McClare, I think the angle was just a little bit too much for him to turn round on it. Celtic clearly giving the impression they could score in this game. Far from impossible. No, a bit too obvious again. Ball by Yakovenko. Evtushenko. Or run forward there by Rats. And that must be brilliantly saved from Belanov by Border. Belanov. Well, no wonder he's angry with himself. Look, he waited, he paused, he took a deep breath, and he put it straight to the goalkeeper. The whole goal at his mercy. Way there by Kuznetsov, who's getting the bird every time he touches the, well, that's a polite way of putting it. Aiken. Got to drive forward, neat little play there, Maurice Johnson. Now the break. Belanov. Wanted to go on himself, now to Rats. It's very wide, Mother McLeod is behind it there and wisely knew the danger that existed all around him. Great little servant to Celtic, Mother McLeod will try any position for them. Rats takes all the set pieces, including free kicks, and now the corner kick. And a brilliant night this goalkeeper's having. Oh. Now really, this team are noted to be deadly in front of goal. And 3 or 4 times in the second half in particular they've been in front of goal like that. And the Celtic goalkeeper has defied him. McAnally, Shepherd. Guy plays it off. Yes, he had a very good understanding with young Tony Shepherd there. Knew exactly what he was trying to do, shooting the ball and trying to push it to the side as it came in for the return. Exactly 15 minutes left. That big man there, Roy Aiken, will no doubt be shouting his way through these last few minutes, trying to lift his troops up. Nobody does it better. Johnston after this, and so was McClare. Well, you know, without having got anywhere, so often in the game, they've been taken apart right down the middle like that. They've looked very vulnerable in the middle. Look at this again. Danny Walker said he was the finest club performance he's ever seen when they beat Atletico Madrid in the Cup Winners' Cup final. There's a free touch, he's saying no. Yes! Maurice Johnson, the equaliser for Celtic. Exactly 10 minutes remaining, and that reputation has been slightly punctured by a long overdue goal. Once again, beaten by the high ball, they've looked vulnerable there, terrible marking, and the goalkeeper shut up in a marvellous effort, and Johnson, who's had a great concentrated game for Celtic tonight, puts them back in level terms. How much they've deserved that. And now they've just got to be very cautious. The Russian defence really looked awful. Now McAnally. This could be a great ending to this match. Whoa. Now, away goes Rats. Zabarov is in the middle. There is Zabarov! Well, he appreciated all that work that was done for him. namely by Rats, and the finish by his very high standards quite pathetic. Aiken in the run. Wants to come forward. Boris Johnston. Offside, yes. At least two players. Zavarov annoyed. Wily little player. McAnally. Well, that's a brilliant ball in Johnston. And again he was in the free. Oh, look at the frustration there. I know what's going through his head. He out-jumped him, and look at great run by McAnally. Look at the covering again. Johnson, up he went. Just slightly out in judgment, but he was there. We're now 2.5 minutes into stoppage time, into injury time. And there goes the final whistle. A firm blast by the referee. And for Celtic tonight,